beat down with a fierce, unwavering heat while sand dunes rolled like waves on a dry ocean. Only the hardiest plants could survive here, life clinging precariously to the parched earth. This was a land of stark beauty, unforgiving, a place that could test the soul. A place where one might hear the whisper of the divine, a journey into the unknown. In this ancient world lived a man named Abram with his wife Sarai. They came from Ur, a city of learning and culture, later journeying to Haran, another bustling center. Their lives were settled, perhaps comfortable, they knew their home, their people, their ways. But destiny had other plans for them. A call was coming, one that would change everything, setting them on a path few would dare to tread. One day a voice spoke to Abram. It was a call from God. "Leave your country," the voice said. "Leave your people and your father's household. Go to the land I will show you." Imagine the weight of those words, to leave all that was familiar, to step out into the complete unknown. This was not a small request. It demanded immense faith, a profound trust. Sarai stood by Abram, a woman of great strength, her spirit as resilient as the desert acacia. She listened to Abram's account of this divine call. She could have resisted, questioned, or despaired. Instead, she chose to believe, to support her husband. Together, they would face this new direction. Their journey of faith hand in hand began as they stepped out from the familiar into the vast, waiting wilderness. Their journey was long, traveling through lands strange to them. The desert was their constant companion, its silence broken only by the wind or the soft tread of their animals. They faced challenges, known and unknown. Sometimes, water was scarce, other times the way was unclear. Yet, they pressed onward, a small band moving through a vast landscape, their reliance on each other growing stronger with each passing day. They also learned to lean on the unseen hand guiding them. God made a promise to Abram as vast as the desert sky. "I will make you into a great nation," God said. "I will bless you, I will make your name great." He told Abram to look up at the stars. "So shall your offspring be," God declared. This was an incredible promise, especially for a man and woman who were growing old and who had no children of their own. It was a seed of hope planted in their hearts. Sarai longed for a child. More than anything, she desired to hold her own baby. In those times, children were a great blessing, a sign of favor, a continuation of life. But Sarai's womb remained closed. Year after year passed. The promise echoed in her heart, yet the silence of an empty cradle was loud. This brought her deep sorrow, a quiet ache. She watched other women with their children, a constant reminder. The weight of this unanswered prayer was heavy. Sarai's hope, once bright, began to flicker. Doubt could easily creep into a waiting heart. The cultural shame of barrenness was a burden, her personal grief a constant companion. How long could they wait? How long could they believe in a promise that seemed impossible? The desert landscape sometimes mirrored the dryness she felt within, yet deep down, a tiny ember of faith still glowed. Sarai, in her deep yearning, watched the years slip by. The promise of a child seemed ever distant, her heart aching with a desire so strong. She saw her youth fading, the hope for a child of her own body growing faint. So she devised a plan, a human plan, born of love and desperation. She approached Abram with a proposal, a custom of the time, yet a path fraught with peril. It was a decision that would change their household forever. "The Lord has kept me from having children," Sarai said to Abram. "Go, sleep with my maidservant, perhaps I can build a family through her." Hagar was Sarai's Egyptian handmaiden. Abram listened to his wife and agreed to her plan. Hagar conceived, and soon it was clear she would bear Abram a child. For a moment there might have been a sense of relief, a solution found, a step towards the promised descendants. But human plans often have unforeseen turns. When Hagar knew she was pregnant, things began to change. A subtle shift occurred in the household dynamics. Perhaps Hagar felt a new sense of importance. Perhaps Sarai felt her own position diminished. The bond between the two women frayed. Sarai felt despised by Hagar. "You are responsible for the wrong I am suffering," she cried to Abram. Her pain was immense, the joy of the coming child overshadowed by bitterness and strife. Amidst this turmoil, God spoke again to Abram, reaffirming his covenant. He changed Abram's name to Abraham, meaning father of many. He changed Sarai's name to Sarah, meaning princess. And then, the most astonishing news. God promised that Sarah herself would bear a son. Abraham, nearly 100 years old, fell face down. He laughed to himself, thinking, "Will a son be born to a man 100 years old? Will Sarah bear a child at the age of 90? It seemed utterly impossible." Then the miracle unfolded, against all odds, against all human expectation. Sarah, at 90 years of age, conceived. Abraham, a century old, was to be a father again, but this time, with Sarah, his beloved wife. This was not a human plan, this was a divine intervention, pure and clear. The news must have filled their tent with a sense of awe. What was impossible with mankind was possible with God. The long wait was finally nearing its end. The birth of Isaac brought unimaginable joy. His name, Isaac, means he laughs. Sarah declared, "God has brought me laughter, and everyone who hears about this will laugh with me." The tents of Abraham and Sarah, once quiet with longing, now echoed with the sounds of a baby. The laughter was not of disbelief anymore, it was the laughter of pure, unadulterated happiness, a promise fulfilled in the most wonderful way. Isaac was the child of the promise. Their love, Abraham and Sarah's love, had been tested. It was tested by time, by barrenness, by doubt. It was tested by their own human failings and difficult choices. Yet, through it all, their bond endured. It deepened. They had journeyed together through deserts, literal and metaphorical. They had shared hopes and disappointments. Now, they shared this ultimate joy. Their partnership was a testament to commitment and shared faith. It was a love story for the ages. The story of Abraham and Sarah echoes through millennia. It is a journey of profound faith, often faltering, yet always returning. It is a story of enduring love that weathered incredible storms. Their legacy is not just in the son they bore, it is in the example they set. An example of trusting in promises unseen, of holding on to hope when all seems lost. Their lives remind us that even in our struggles, even in our waiting, something extraordinary can be born.